This week on Strong Arm Sports Podcast, it's not looking good out of Dolphin camp right now. It's not.
Spade, I asked you was y'all making the playoffs then. Because I asked if y'all making the playoffs. You went on this rant about Jay Ajayi and all these other hurt people.
I said it's tough out of Dolphins camp. What else we got, bro?
No. Okay, let me touch Tannehill. I never want to see a player get hurt.
It sound like you do though.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in they right.
What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest, most lit podcast in all the land. If this happens to be the first time you watching or listening to the podcast, fam, where have you been, first of all? And then second of all, I go by the name of K-Spade, the prospect.
And I'm your boy, LeParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Hold up, I'm flexing. All right,
Spade,
go ahead.
a lot of things happen, bro.
Facts.
First of all, Spade, I'm strong arming a topic in here.
God, we ain't even...
Yeah, that's right. We ain't even finished the intro, but this is how I'm coming. Spade, if you had one choice, Spade,
Rich.
No.
Oh.
If you had one choice to watch basketball pro in college or football pro in college, what you picking?
What we got on the... What's for this show today?
Spade, which one are you picking, Spade?
Why I can't have satellite? Why I can't watch everything?
Which you gotta pick, bro.
Wait, what's the
That's
question?
how we starting the show.
What's the question?
Spade.
What's the question?
Pro basketball and college basketball versus pro football and college football. You could only watch one. Pick.
I'm gonna go basketball because it's more games.
Lying.
We talking about an 82 game season versus a 16 game season.
He ain't keeping it funky, yo.
Games.
Wow.
What you mean?
Wow. Since he ain't gonna keep it funky, we might as well just jump right into the show. We're gonna jump right into the show. We're gonna go right to the NBA, which is what he say he's gonna watch, but he's lying. He would definitely. Spade don't even watch college basketball like that.
Bro, don't slander me, bro. You don't know my. You don't know my story, bro.
He would definitely go college football and professional football over college basketball and professional basketball. Spade tweets so much crap about them trash ass Canes.
Bro, you don't know my story,
he tweets
bro.
So much crap about them trash
story.
ass Hurricanes that he would definitely watch college football.
Let's wrap this up.
In college and pro football. Anyway, let's start in the NBA.
You don't want to tell them why we missed a week?
No, I mean if they follow us on Twitter, they need to follow us on Twitter.
Go ahead. This man came back like he runs stuff.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. But we're going to go in the NBA. That's what Spade want to be anyway.
Facts.
Not a lot of NBA news. I wanted to start, your boy wanted to start today's show off right in the NFL where I could just right at Spade, right to the face. Right to the face.
Wow.
But no, Spade said, we don't got no NBA topics. That's how you sound.
We'll see if you get any more PTO. You get this man paid time off, and this how he come back?
Hey, yo. Spade, when Spade be, y'all don't see Spade off camera. But he was like, bro, we don't have no NBA topics, bro.
Wow.
So, anyway, we're going to start in the NBA.
And?
Spade.
Yes.
If you guys didn't know, Doc Rivers is out as player operations for the Clippers, and they hired Lawrence Frank. We kind of suspected this if everything that we talked about on previous shows was true, Spade.
Yep.
How do you feel about Doc Rivers being out?
Actually, man, I think it's a thumbs up for Steve Ballmer. I really was looking. And you and I both said on an earlier show, the reports we was hearing come out of L.A., man, if it's really a situation where Chris Paul wanted Melo and Doc stopped it because he didn't want to send his son out of there and some of the other things we've heard, we said if this stuff is true, something got to change. Maybe Doc got too much power. And I was watching Steve Ballmer. He's a new owner. He's only been an owner for 2 or 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. I really wanted to see how he was going to handle it. And, it's a thumbs up for him. He basically said, hey, you know what? I've been an owner for some years now. I have learned that it's a completely different task to be a coach and to be a front office person. And he still did it nice. Like, he didn't come back like, nah, we got Doc the hell up out of there. He was like, you know what? It's unfair to expect somebody to be able to juggle both of those duties to their highest of their, capabilities. So I brought in some help. And that was a nice way of saying, we told Doc to get the hell up out of there. So, yeah, man, we was right. We called in, and shout out to Steve Ballmer for doing the right thing.
And I agree with everything you said. And plus, you got to also realize that when you in that big of a NBA, professional football, NFL, regardless whether it's your son, your friend coaching with you, got to do what's best for the team. And like you said in an earlier show, if Doc didn't do what was best for the team for Austin Rivers' sake, come on,
gotta go.
Doc had to go. And so I like the move. I don't know if Lawrence Frank was the answer, but anybody that's going to put the team first instead of trying to appease the son or his family that's on the team, then I guess that's better than Doc Rivers. Because if what Doc Rivers did was true, then that's totally unacceptable.
Facts.
And Doc had to go.
Facts.
Doc had to go.
You ready to talk some NFL?
That's where I want to be.
I figured.
Let go.
Yeah, I figured. And I assume you got something to do with this topic being right here. But next, we're going to take it down to Dolphins camp. First bit of NFL training camp news. I got to admit, I was out of town when all this stuff was going down. My phone was blowing up. Folks was like,
you was in Florida.
Did you hear?
You was in Florida.
I don't live there. I was out of town.
You was out of town in Florida.
This is my segment. Let me approach this in my way.
Go ahead.
Tell y'all what happened, man.
Go ahead.
Ryan Tannehill went down with a non-contact injury to his leg that he injured last year. Now, for those of you that don't know, first of all, the Miami Dolphins made the playoffs last year, as I predicted they would. Let me make sure I toot my horn there. Toot, toot. And, basically, it was strange because all during this camp, people kept asking Ryan Tannehill, how is the knee? How is the knee? And he was starting to get agitated. He was like, the knee is fine. Can we please move on? And then, bang, the knee actually ain't fine. So, for those that don't know, Tannehill did not get surgery on his knee last year. They looked at him and they came to the conclusion that he did not need surgery. And now he's hurt the knee a second time. It's like a sprained MCL, ACL, a strained or sprained, one of them, something ain't right. And again, they saying they not sure if he needs surgery. LaParis finds it very comical that right now everybody's talking about the interest that Miami has in Jay Cutler. I'm hoping we don't go that route. But it's definitely terrible, terrible news out of Dolphins camp. LaParis, I know you ready to troll. Go ahead, bro. Be petty.
I'm not going to troll.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Because I'm concerned about Ryan.
Listen at this. This is the trolling voice right here. Go ahead.
I'm concerned about Ryan Tannehill. I'm concerned. Spade, but let me tell you what I'm going to do. Before we start every show now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask you, how's the knee? I'm going to ask you.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
I'm going to just ask you.
Don't ask me.
But Spade, I'm not going to troll. All jokes aside, I never ever want any player to ever get hurt, ever. But I take joy when your teams are going to be trash. I take joy in it.
Whoa.
Never want a player to get hurt, but I love when Spade teams are trash.
Who said we're going to be trash, though?
You're going to be trash. With that being said, Spade, let me ask you, y'all making the playoffs this year?
Training camp has been really tough on the Dolphins, man. We had newly acquired strong safety, TJ McDonald, to get Jay Ajayi removed from the field with a concussion. I don't understand why we hitting that hard. I mean, I like that intensity, but can we save it for the 16 games that count, maybe? I mean, at least crack somebody in preseason. Don't crack somebody else with a Dolphin helmet on, but a concussion for Ajayi. The issue with Tannehill, I believe we also had a receiver that's going to get some season-ending surgery. It's not looking good out of Dolphin camp right now. It's not.
Spade, I asked you, is y'all making the playoffs then? Because I asked if y'all making the playoffs. You went on this rant about Jay Ajayi and all these other hurt people.
I said it's tough out of Dolphins camp. What else we got, bro?
No. Okay, let me touch Tannehill. I never want to see a player get hurt.
It sounds like you do, though.
No. I don't think Tannehill is it. Tannehill has gotten better, especially coming from being a wide receiver to a quarterback. I don't understand why they wouldn't get the surgery last year, or if you wanted to wait until after the playoffs, because we know they wasn't going to win their playoff game.
Whoa, what?
Why not just get the surgery after the playoffs? They put the surgery off again, and now it's a report that he could have season-ending knee surgery, or if you give it time, the injury can heal itself, and Ryan Tannehill could be back in 8 to 10 weeks. Spade, one, I want to ask you, what do you think the Dolphins should do? Should they hold up 8 to 10 weeks and see, or should they get the surgery now? And two, which replacement would you rather have? Cutler? There's been rumors out there about Cutler, Kaepernick, and also Tony Romo coming out the booth.
Well, first of all, I hope he gets the surgery. And I'm not even just saying that as a Dolphins fan. I know you never want to go under the knife if you can help it. Like, anytime you can avoid going under the knife, you got to. But in this situation right here, if you're going to lose 8 to 10 weeks of the regular season, Matt Moore is not a terrible quarterback. Like, I really feel like the panic to go get somebody, I don't really understand it because I don't feel like Matt Moore was terrible. I was finna call him Matt Ryan. Ryan Tannehill missed the last 4 regular season games of last year with this injury, and the Dolphins didn't look bad in that time. Like, I think he needs to have the surgery. I would much rather him go ahead and get the surgery and be straight moving forward. That's one. But two, I don't like Jay Cutler at all. You already know this. I don't understand how. I said it before, I say it again. If Jay Cutler was black, he never would have been a starting quarterback for as long as he was a starting quarterback. Let me get that out there first and foremost.
Bang, bang.
And I don't want Romo because he's never going to make it. I told y'all Romo can't stay healthy. And you think a year off of being a daddy, Romo, he going to come back? Like, no, he'll never make it. I would love for this team to get Colin Kaepernick. I don't necessarily know that it's a fit for obvious reasons that we won't go into. I could just say I don't know that Kiko Alonso could walk by this man in the locker room every day and not dive on him. But I feel like right now the panic might be a little premature. Just give Matt Moore the playbook and let's see what we can do. We'll be all right.
I think Matt Moore's a solid backup, and I think he can. I think he can hold it down. But Spain, let me ask you. You still don't like Jay Cutler even with the Gase?
Like, why does even with the Gase so long?
Why? I'm just asking you a question, bro.
A lot of questions.
Cutler and Gase was together when Cutler was in Chicago. That was Cutler basically best year.
Where they go?
Like that little.
Where they go?
I mean, didn't they go to the playoffs? And I think Cutler.
Man,
they
look,
went to the playoffs.
Everybody keeps saying Cutler and Gase worked good, but they didn't. You know who worked good? Cutler and Forte worked good, which is why everybody thought Arian Foster would look good in this offense. It wasn't Cutler, it was Forte. It was the fact that he took the wide receiver out of the backfield approach and throwing to the running back a lot. That was Gase's offense, and we tried to do that same thing with Arian Foster. It really didn't work. So I'm really good on the whole Jay Cutler thing. I appreciate it, but nah, we good. That's gonna be a no for me, big dog. That's a no.
Hey, one more question about your Dolphins.
Oh my God, bro! Like, we got a whole show.
Are they making the playoffs?
Things look really tough. Are y'all making the playoffs?
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt.
Y'all don't even run the division. You better worry about the Giants.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's move forward, sir.
We can finally move forward. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about Ryan Tannehill, his injury, the state of the Dolphins, Jay Ajayi getting the concussion, they hurt wide receiver.
You really ain't got to do all that, y'all.
Gase and Cutler, really Romo, or Kaepernick. Leave it in the comment section down below.
I ain't never seen somebody get this much enjoyment out of another man's injury.
That's I enjoy when your teams are trash. Sad. The Miami Hurricanes ain't beat Florida State in like 7 years. But let's move on.
What?
Spade. You ready to move on?
I've been ready. Are you ready to move on?
Okay, let's get it. Spade, we gotta talk. We gotta go down to Carolina. We're gonna talk about Cam Newton.
Yes, sir.
So if you guys didn't know Cam Newton was in the news, maybe it was it might have been last week. He was in the news saying, you know what, you gotta let a lion roar. You can't bottle up, you can't contain a lion. A lion gotta roar. Right. And he basically saying that because there's been reports coming out of camp that Christian McCaffrey looks like a stud, and that he's, they want Cam Newton to stay more in the pocket. They didn't say not run at all, but they want to cut Cam Newton scrambling and, running out the pocket and them naked bootlegs. They used to run Cam Newton, who's a quarterback. They want to cut them naked bootlegs to like 33% of the time Cam Newton runs. Mm-hmm. Now, they want Cam Newton to dump the ball out the backfield to Christian McCaffrey. Allegedly, I'm doing quote fingers over his face, they got a new offense in there where Cam Newton gets the ball out of his hands very soon. So, he's not taking all the punishment that he's been taking over these past years. And Cam Newton basically said, you got to let a lion roar. You got to let a lion roar. You can't bottle me up and tell me you want me to do one thing and not do this anymore. I'm going to roar. Spade, What do we think about Cam Newton comments and what Carolina want Cam to do?
I mean, I like it. I like it from all fronts. I like the fact that Carolina is trying to revitalize their offense. You and I both called it the year that they made it to the Super Bowl and got embarrassed. Let's go ahead and throw that out there. Not the defense. The defense played their ass off. The offense pretty much got embarrassed. We both said, you know what? This was a perfect storm year for Carolina, and I don't know that we ever see this team back, at this peak. I don't know if we ever see this again. And then they came back and looked extremely disappointing. They fell off more than we thought they would. So in this year right here, I expect them to change some things up. I like that, getting the ball out of Cam's hands quicker, because the offensive line has always been a big question mark for this team. I like it. At the same time, if I'm Cam Newton, if I've made it to this point doing what I do, I don't know that I'm willing to just change. So, yeah, it's going to be some of Cam saying, you know what, I know y'all trying to take care of me and make the game safer for me, and I dig that, but I still believe in my abilities, and I'm still going to do me. I'm going to do what I do. So, I like it all the way around. I like what the Panthers are doing, and I like Cam saying, I'm willing to do this. But sometimes I'm still going to take off. And I'm with you. You said something off camera. I don't have a problem with Cam running. I don't have a problem with the design run plays. I want to see some better design run plays. Not, we're going to go empty backfield and we just going to snap it to Cam and just say good luck and just let him run into people that's foot. Nah, I don't like that. Now, that's a dumbass idea. But
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I don't think they don't want Cam to run at all. If Cam in the pocket and the pocket is breaking down, Cam, do you.
Right.
I got a problem with the Panthers sending Cam Newton on these naked bootleg option. It ain't even an option. It's a straight sweep.
Yeah, it's just a snap to Cam and say go. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got a problem with that. And I think Cam Newton should have a problem with that. Anything that's going to help Cam longevity, stay in the league longer, not be injured, not miss games, not be as beat up during the season. Yeah. Because if you can get Cam Newton to game 16 and he a little fresher, then maybe you can do them little, put them little wrinkles in your game. We'd be like, you know what, they ain't seen Cam run a sweep all year. We about to go to the playoffs. Let's run them, to get the spot locked up for the playoffs. So
wait, so then you want them to do the runs you don't like?
I'm just saying anything to throw a little wrinkle. Ain't nothing wrong with a wrinkle here and there, but Spade, when they was running Cam Newton 5, 6, 10 times a game on these sweeps, these naked, they'll pull a, I don't like that. He's a quarterback, and I get it. Cam is a tank. He a stud, 200 and something pounds, 6'4", 6'5", whatever his height is. He a beast. 6'5". He a beast. But Spade, we seen when they played Atlanta, Cam Newton was trotting to the end zone and took a shot by that linebacker. Anything to stop all that? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, you got Cam Newton. Like I said, Cam Newton, you can still run. Still pocket breakdown, be out. But if Carolina don't want Cam Newton on them naked sweeps anymore, I'm with that too. Anything to keep Cam healthy, so he can get the ball to Kelvin Benjamin and G-Reg. And Christian McCaffrey, who looks like he in camp, coming out, Spade, the reports coming out the camp, they saying McCaffrey is amazing. I can't wait to see what they're going to have in store this year.
Let me strong arm a question in here for you. I rarely use my strong... Look, for if you're new to the show, both of us get 2 strong arms a show, and we just really don't use them. I probably have used 2 strong arm...
Oh, no, I strong arm topics. Like, this is strong arm sports.
Whatever, that's it. But let me get in here right quick.
Go ahead.
How you feel about McCaffrey? Now, we've seen this. I feel like we've read this book before. It was a whole lot of people trying to tell me another running back from Stanford was the real deal. Somebody told me that Toby Gerhardt was finna come and take AP job. That was somebody told me.
Now, let me say this. I think McCaffrey is going to be solid. People is saying that McCaffrey may come to this league and be like a top 5 running back. I think we need to pump our brakes with saying all that. He did sauce up Luke Kuechly, which got me into some trouble this week.
Facts.
With what I said about Luke Kuechly.
Facts.
But I think we need to pump our brakes. I like McCaffrey, but I want I gotta see him. During the season. Stanford is known. Anybody that watch college football, they know Stanford is known for having a big offensive line for that run game. We done seen numerous running backs do well in Stanford offense. So I'm not saying McCaffrey ain't it. I just want to wait and I want to wait and see approach. I think being with Cam and having G-Reg and they made some additions to the offensive line. They got Benjamin back. They signed another. They drafted another wide receiver. I can't wait to see what they do, especially receiving wise. It seems like they want the ball out of Cam's hands very fast. And if you can dump it to McCaffrey and he could turn them little dink and dump passes to a first down or 8 yards and make it second and short, I mean, you can't complain about that. But I want to wait and see. I am on a wait-and-see approach with McCaffrey. I ain't about to say he's the best back in the league. Relax, y'all.
I actually think he's gonna be an excellent receiver out of the backfield. I know I'm a little bit biased, but if you ever saw his father play, his father was a hell of a receiver. They already brag about the kid's hands. I'm not saying I don't think he can be a good running between the tackles running back. Maybe he can. I'm gonna need to see proof of that before he gets my stamp of approval. But on quick dumps into the flats and screens and stuff like that, with his speed and his hands, I think it could work. Somebody actually told me down in Florida, they said, man, Jonathan Stewart is scared for his job. I'm like, he should be. He been watched. I mean, that ain't no indictment of how good McCaffrey is. But anyway, let's move forward, bro. You ready?
Let's move on.
All right, so for people like you who just geeked up on the sport of football and can't wait to watch it in any form it's delivered, we did get a little small piece of some NFL action recently.
We did.
The Hall of Fame game came on. It featured
Cowboys
your
won.
Dallas Cowboys. Fam, I got it, fam. It featured your Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals, and depending on how seriously you take these games, there was some things, there was some highlights and some lowlights. Let me say that. So, I mean, to me, I ain't really see nothing that impressed me. I mean, I ain't see no Jay Ajayi type running. I take that back. My boy Alfred Morris was toting that rock, and I've been saying that dude was nice. But anyway, Bears, what you think about the Hall of Fame game? Did you even watch it?
Of course I watched it. It was my boy. But I mean, I'm a football junkie, so I watch all the football. I'm gonna watch all the preseason games, and I know. Let me preface my comments by saying this. I know it's preseason. I'm not excited, but I've seen a lot of young talent out there for both teams.
Yeah.
Both teams. Not just we have Jalen Smith. He didn't play, but we have a running back that's his brother, number 45, and he was toting that thing. But one thing I want to say, what I like that I seen, we didn't have our starting offensive line in there. And when they put Alfred Morris in there, he was toting that thing. And I know somebody's going to be like, it was against second and third string. I don't care. Alfred Morris is a solid back in his league. He was a 1,000-yard rusher. People is like, oh my gosh, Ezekiel Elliott could be suspended. I think we're going to be. This is why I'm not worried, because you could plug in McFadden or Alfred Morris, and it'll be
the water boy or one of the cheerleaders.
Yep, and I think it'll be perfectly fine with that amazing offensive line that we have. Now, I did see some things I didn't like in the secondary. I did, Spade, I don't know if you knew this or not, Spade, but the linebacker from your UNLV series, the Luatelli guy, whatever his name is from UNLV.
Luatelele. Get it right.
Yeah, that guy, we actually signed that guy. We got that guy on the team, and he started at middle backer. He made some plays. I don't know if he's going to make the team, but he did make some plays, and I was like, yo, I liked what I seen. They fought back. They got the dub. I know it's preseason, so I'm not all, oh my gosh, this is a great sign. I'm not tripping. But I did like some of the things I seen. Now, let me ask you a question.
I don't feel like I'm answering no more of your questions, bro.
Space, chill. Let me jump in here. The Hall of Fame ceremonies is tonight. Anybody's speech you looking forward to hearing?
Of course.
Who?
Jason Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Jason Taylor, yeah. Well deserved.
Jason Taylor was a beast, bro. And a lot of people don't know this. I think he's top 10 on the all-time sack list. But Jason Taylor
number 7.
He's what? What is he?
I think he's number 7.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
But he was also really good at getting interceptions. As a defensive lineman, a lot of times he would stand up and drop back in that little short coverage, and he already was a tall guy, big hands. He would just snatch the football out of the air. He was an amazing talent to watch. One of my favorite all-time Miami Dolphin players, and yeah, I'm excited for the guy. Absolutely.
Complete beast off the edge, man.
Yeah, man.
When you look at defensive ends, you always look at how defensive ends use their hands. Mm-hmm. And Jason Taylor had amazing hands. For him to be, he was tall, and he was kind of slow in stature. Yeah. I mean, you would think a big offensive tackle would get on him and maul him, but he worked very well with his hands, and well deserved. He deserved to be in there. I'm glad Jason Taylor got in there. But what I'm looking forward to, Spade?
Jerry.
None other than Jerry Jones, Spade. They said Jerry Jones.
Jerry cried. You saw that?
Spade, bro. $16 million, bro. They said that this party cost that Jerry Jones through. $16 million?
Jerry Jones ain't gonna miss no $16 million.
Bro, that's still a lot of money for a party, bro.
Not
so
to
I
Jerry
can't wait
Jones.
to see what Jerry say. But the reason I want to see what Jerry Jones speech, Spade, I want to see if he's going to finally give Jimmy Johnson some credit. That's what I want to see.
You don't have
Probably
to.
not,
Jimmy already know he the real deal, Holyfield. Jimmy don't need no credit from Jerry.
I think Jimmy Johnson is introducing Jason Taylor.
Facts. I
mean, I want to see, since he's there, I want to see if Jerry Jones going to give Jimmy Johnson some credit. Kurt Warner did get in as well. Hopefully T.O. get in next year. I think T.O. definitely should have been the first ballot. That's neither here nor there. But Kurt Warner, I want to see what Kurt Warner say as well, Spade, because Kurt Warner had one of those stories from bagging groceries to a Hall of Famer. That's a great story. And Spade, I think both of us could appreciate his grind that he put in, you know, coming from where he was at to where he's at now. Kudos to Kurt Warner. So I can't wait to see what he said. We talked about our top 5 wide receivers a couple weeks ago.
Who won that, bro?
Definitely me. But Spade, I had Odell Beckham number one wide receiver in the league, Spade.
Yeah, but he's wrong.
Over the past couple of weeks, Spade, Odell Beckham came out and said he not only want to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league, he want to be the highest paid player in the league. He said, damn a wide receiver. He wants to be the highest paid player in the league, Spade. Oh, by the way, Brandon Marshall said he deserves to be. Brandon Marshall, his new teammate, his wide receiver counterpart, said that he deserves to be the highest paid player in the league. Spade, give me your thoughts.
I mean, I'm not surprised. And I'm not just saying that because I say Odell is a diva. I mean, you can ask a kicker if he want to be the highest paid what. And I'm sure if we ask him what we want, of course. I mean, I want to be the highest paid player in the league, and I ain't even in the damn league. So, I mean, I don't really have a problem with him saying this. I definitely feel like he is one of the top wide receivers in the game today. He's got great hands. He's a good route runner. He's super explosive. He's a little unstable though. So, it was times last year when I felt like the leader of that team, Eli Manning, would go in a post-game interview and throw this kid straight under the bus. I mean, throw him straight under the bus. So, I'm gonna be watching to see. I know he's going to continue to become a better player physically. I want to see if he's mentally going to continue to get better, and I'm sure he is. I'm not going to hold it against the guy that he's young and a little bit crazy, but I ain't shocked that man want to be the highest paid player in the league. I don't think he's going to be that, but ain't nothing wrong with him.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Should he be the highest paid wide receiver in the league?
Well, I already told you the best wide receiver in the league is Julio Jones, so why would I feel like he should be?
Well, Julio read up already. Julio read up.
Okay.
If you on the Giants, do you pay him more than Julio?
No. If I'm on the Giants, I tell him you ain't better than Julio. I give you like 13 cents less. Let's get it.
You ain't saying that if you ain't a Giant. No, you're not.
That's what I tell him.
He should definitely
now hit them folks on up out my office.
When he read up, he will be the highest paid wide receiver in the league. He should be the highest paid wide receiver in the league.
Wow. You're just trying to protect your list that was
but
that
highest
was
paid. Highest paid player, absolutely not. The quarterback position is too important. It's too important to the team. Like his success is based off the QB, so he definitely should not be the highest paid. I mean, when you got players out there like Aaron Rodgers and Von Miller, I think he signed a monster deal too. I think he might have got like 50, 60 million guaranteed as well. Yeah. I mean, this guy's out there that's you just can't. He cannot be the highest paid player in the league. I think Odell Beckham is amazing as a wide receiver, but definitely can't be the highest paid player in the league. But I definitely think he should be the highest paid wide receiver in the league. You leave your thoughts in the comment section down below and let me know. Do you think Odell should be the highest paid? First of all, I know none of y'all ain't going to say he should be the highest paid player. So let me know, should he be the highest paid wide receiver in the league? Who you say?
Somebody might. You never know.
No way, Spade. No way. Aaron Rodgers should be making about $200 million.
Never know. Man, let me turn my chair a little bit, fam, if you don't mind. Oh, Lord. Fam, are you ready?
Here we go. Go ahead, Spade.
Folks, it is time for our top fives. If you're new to our show, maybe you ain't been listening in a while, maybe you just coming back, let me catch you up to date. Every year, Every year leading up to the season, what we do is we rank our top 5s at each NFL position, the important ones, not like guard and tackle, because you don't really need those guys,
hashtag
right?
O-line matters, bro. I keep telling you, stop dissing the
Sarcasm.
O-line.
This guy. But what you have to do is realize that we're not just looking at stats and going, well, this guy was first in stats last season, so he's number 1. We take a little bit of look at the stats. We look at wins and losses. We look at a bunch of stuff. And ultimately, the deciding factor is the eye test. What we see when we watch these guys play. And, man, I'm really good at this. If you want to go back and watch some of the past shows, I've been kicking this dude ass up and down this show with my top 5 list. And this week, we bringing y'all 2 positions, 2 categories. We got cornerbacks. We got strong safeties. LaParis, you are on the cornerback hot seat. We going from 5 to 1. Who is the 5th best cornerback in the league today, in your opinion? Go.
The 5th best cornerback in the league
Go.
right now. Right now. Let me just say honorable mention goes to Marcus Peters. Honorable mention. But the 5th best corner in the league right now is none other than Florida State own Xavier Rhodes from the Minnesota Vikings. Xavier Rhodes is a beast. Give me a man. Xavier Rhodes just signed a monster contract extension, well deserved. Xavier Rhodes right now, he can cover, he can hit. I mean, what more? Look, what good, great run supporter. I mean, what else do you want from a corner? Xavier Rhodes, you are my 5th best cornerback in the league. Number 5, Xavier Rhodes, Florida State's own. Any Canes on your list?
Wow.
Any Hurricanes on your list?
Bro, don't worry about my list. Don't worry about my list. See? That's your problem. You can't stay in your lane because you trying to see whatever.
What's the dude from Pittsburgh? Artie Burns? Is Artie Burns on your list?
Bro, can I give my list?
Go ahead.
Can I?
Go ahead, champ.
Let me give y'all the real list over here. My list was tough. I put a lot of time and effort into it. I've been studying this list since yesterday. And I have decided that the 5th best cornerback in the league as of right now is none other than Batman. I'm talking about Josh Norman. Everybody said, look, Josh Norman's finna leave Carolina. He's not a good corner. It's just the system. He's about to go to Washington and get exposed. And you know what? He didn't. He damn near played every snap of every game for 16 weeks. And he went up against some of the best wide receivers in the league. He switched sides of the field. He did whatever. Josh Norman, 5th best corner in the league. Woo, I'm on fire already, bro. I'm already kicking your list ass. Go.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because I got Josh Norman at number 4. Josh Norman is at number 4. So for all the reasons you stated right there, Josh Norman is the 4th. Like you said, Spade was on this show right here and was like, I don't know about Norman. We gotta wait and see.
That's
Norman, you know what? He showed up. He played well. He defended the best wide receiver, like you stated. And you know what? He held his own. It always looked, every time you watch the Washington game, it looked like Norman was around the ball. So for that reason, Norman, my 4th best corner in the league. Give me a number 4, Spade.
Now, I would have had, let me explain.
Go ahead.
It's only one reason.
Explain, y'all.
No. It's only one reason that I don't have Norman at 4. I would have him higher, but he was also the most penalized player in the league last year, and I know he's a physical guy. He likes to grab. He likes to get in your head, but I also kind of took points away for just how much this guy was penalized. The guy that I got at number 4, you have to give some credit to his system. He's in a great system, but I don't feel like we can blame that against him. They give him a job to do, and he go out and he perform that job to the highest level week in and week out. So at number 4, man, I got Richard Sherman.
Like I said, I'm not mad at Sherman at all, but Sherman didn't make my list. But at number 3, Spade, yeah, he didn't. He didn't make my. I love all the leads in the boom, but Sherman didn't make my list this year. At number 3, Spade, I might shock some people. Here. But I have Malcolm Butler from the New England Patriots. I think Malcolm Butler, first of all, he's going to get broke off. But I think Malcolm Butler, ever since that Super Bowl play, that guy confidence is through the roof. And I think if you ask Malcolm Butler, I legitimately think Malcolm Butler think he's the best corner in the league. Now, I know
mean, don't
guys
they all,
like,
though?
I mean, they do. You know how they say it, Spade, but they don't believe it. I think Malcolm Butler actually believes it. I I think he believes it. He wants to defend the best wide receiver. He do have Bill Belichick, so I guess you could take some. Maybe you could take some point, but that guy makes plays every time you see Malcolm Butler. Every time you see Malcolm Butler, that guy's making plays, regardless whether it's a defensive deflection, whether it's an interception. It seems like whenever the Patriots need a big play, Malcolm Butler is there. For that reason, he's number 3 on my list.
You know what? He got honorable mention for me. I had him around the 5 spot. I definitely agree with everything you said, and it's crazy because I keep wanting to say I ain't seen enough from him, but honestly, you could really make that argument that you've seen enough, and I think he's very solid. I don't have a problem with him being in your top 5 at all. Now, my number 3, I think you might have a problem with. I put this guy on my list last year, and people also had a problem with it last year. And no matter how much everybody says he's not that good, they target him because they're afraid of whoever is on the other side. Whatever the reason is, when quarterbacks try this guy, he make them pay. He makes them pay, and we've seen him move from one system to another, and he still makes them pay. He had more, I think he had double the amount of interceptions than touchdowns he gave up last season, and I'm talking about Marcus Peters. I mean, this guy, he's got the body, he's a tall guy, and if a quarterback tries this dude, he makes him pay. So he is definitely in my list. He is number 3 for me.
Yo, I'm not mad at Marcus Peters. Like another guy that's, I had an argument with a guy on Twitter, Spade, and
you always have arguments with guys on Twitter.
I do. Tweet your boy. I love talking sports, man. And it's like, it's a good debate. It's a good, friendly debate. It's not nothing malicious or anything like that. But I had an argument with a guy on Twitter, and we was talking about the Cowboys corners. And I was like, yo, all those guys that we lost, you don't want to never lose a guy, but instead of overpaying for guys that are just okay, all those guys were replaceable that the Cowboys lost. So instead of overpay, why not replace them? And I don't feel the Cowboys had any type of corner that we lost this past year. Like one of these guys on the list, and I think Marcus Peters is definitely one of those cornerstone corners that you be like, yo, you know what? We got Marcus Peters. We okay at corner. Like we okay. Like that guy makes, like you said, he makes quarterbacks pay. The dude is solid. He didn't make my list. He was honorable mention for number 5 though. So at number 2, Spade, I got an old savvy vet up here, a guy that's been getting it done for years. And I had to go with Patrick Peterson, Spade. I think Patrick Peterson, believe it or not, Spade, I think Patrick Peterson is an underrated guy, Spade.
Likewise.
I know people, when every time you're talking about top corner, Patrick Peterson kind of get mentioned, but you always hear Sherman or the guy out in Denver or both of the guys out in Denver. They always kind of, Patrick Peterson, even when Revis was Revis, it was always Patrick Peterson would kind of get mentioned, but he wouldn't get mentioned amongst the elites. And I think Patrick Peterson is still a corner that's getting it done. Had one of his best seasons last season. Give me Patrick Peterson at number 2, Spade.
I like it. I like it. For number 2 for me, this right here is probably gonna catch you a little off guard, but I've been watching.
It better not be True Font.
Stop it, bro. Desmond Trufant did not make my list this year, but only because I don't know how he's going to come back from injury. He made my list last year, and he looked good up until he got hurt. Let me make sure I say that. But this dude right here, man, everything about him, he shouldn't be as good as he is. He's not that big. He's not really that fast. He's always around the damn football, though, and I'm talking about Chris Harris Jr. I think this guy is definitely one of the premier cornerbacks in this league, and if I'm a quarterback and I see him, if I can help it, I'm going to probably go somewhere else because I've seen him not only be around the ball, I think the most immaculate interception I saw, I believe it was last season, was like off of a deflection, and he come out of nowhere. Like, he just makes plays. Chris Harris Jr., number 2 for me.
It's crazy because I can't wait to see who you got at number 1 because at number 1, the best corner in the league, I have Chris Harris Jr. So I can't wait to see who you have at number 1. For all the reasons you said right there, Chris Harris Jr., you want to talk about a guy that's like, yo, go, you tell Chris Harris Jr., go defend that guy right there. And you know what, Chris, that dude is pretty much, most of the time, non-existent in the game. Like, Chris Harris, he buckles up his chin strap and he gets to work. Chris Harris Jr. makes play after play. And I ain't talking about, you want to know what I like about Chris Harris Jr. Spade? Not only do he catch interceptions, He's good in the run game, but the guy causes fumbles. Like, you always see him. He always trying to punch the ball out.
And he's a small guy.
Yeah, man. I like him. Chris Average Jr. I have as my #1 corner in the NFL right now. Give me Chris Average Jr.
I like that. My #1 corner is going to probably catch you off guard.
Here we go.
The dude really don't get the credit he deserves. If you look at every other corner on this list, you know what they got? One of the most dominant pass rushes or rushers in this game. Just look at everybody on the list. This dude right here, once upon a time, they had a defense like that, but the defense started to deteriorate. A couple of people got traded away. Some people got older. Some people got over the hill. But you know what? This dude right here can play zone. This dude can play man. This dude can follow your best receiver if need be. And even though I shouldn't add or take points away from this, you know what else he could do? You can put him back there on special teams and he can house it. I'm talking about Pat Pete, man. I really don't feel like Patrick Peterson gets the respect he deserves. If you put this man on a team with Von Miller or Khalil Mack, who's forcing that quarterback to get rid of it quick, fast, in a hurry, I bet you see this man jump so many passes it'll make your head spin. Keep your eye on Pat Pete. Arizona, once upon a time, bro, they had an excellent pass rush. And last year, I feel like that team as a whole took a step back. And the only person on that team, to me, that didn't get worse, well, it was two people. Obviously, they running back didn't get worse either. But it was two people on that team that got better as that whole team got worse, and Pat Pete was one of them.
Definitely one of his best seasons as a pro. And you look at, I think if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me in the comment section, I think Arizona went like 7-8-1 or some crazy record like that. Like, they had some real issues, but Pat Pete was not one of them.
Sure was.
I'm not mad at your list, babe. Being honest, I'm not mad at your list. Corner is definitely one of those positions.
The most variety we've had in a list.
Like, yeah, really.
That was pretty dope.
And it's a lot. It can, guys. Let me tell you, guys. It can only be 5. It can only be 5. It's a lot of guys that if we was doing top 10, a lot of these guys would be on the list. Like I said, he had Marcus Peters. I didn't, but he definitely is right there in the running. I mean, everybody can't make the list, man. Everybody can't make the list. But
and I ain't mad about Butler. Like, I'm actually not mad at Butler because I was looking at this list long and hard. Like, man, this kid make plays. He make plays.
Let me explain. We had this talk off camera space before we move on to the strong safeties.
Yeah, let them know.
We had this talk off camera about corners is a tough position because you got to take a lot of things into account. The reason Sherman didn't make my, and I'm not saying this isn't me saying Sherman is trash, but man, when you can only rush 4, it must. When you can only rush 4 and you can stay in your zone and you don't have to cover the top wide receiver and you got guys, which I don't agree with, but Aaron Rodgers was like, you know what, I'm not throwing to that side.
That's an L, Aaron Rodgers.
It definitely is. They didn't throw over there the whole time. I think for that reason Sherman didn't make my list, but I mean Sherman is definitely, you can argue 5, 6, 7, definitely. But that was corners is definitely a tough position. I want you guys to leave your top 5 in the comment section down below. Leave your top 5 corners. Maybe we left somebody else off. I know a lot of people love Spade, and you're going to agree with this. Maybe not us, but a lot of other people love Darius Slay. Every time we do this, they always be like, yo, what about Darius Slay? What about Darius Slay? So I know somebody in the comment section is going to say, well, what about Darius Slay? But leave your top 5 in the comment section down below. Let's get to the strong safety.
And Talib right around that 6, 7, 8 spot. So,
yeah, I mean, somebody may have Talib in their top 5.
You started telling them the dilemma we ran into with safeties, and then you kind of changed up on them. Let them know what we dealt with in this safety thing, bro.
Let me tell you, when we was doing the strong safeties, it's a lot of guys. We don't know whether, especially they move them so much. Yeah. Is Eric Berry a free or a strong? We don't know. So we go to NFL.com, we pull up Chiefs roster. You know what it say? It say safeties. It just say safety. For all the safeties, it just say safety. So you don't know. So then you pull up the depth chart. Ain't no depth charts yet. Ain't no depth chart, bitch.
Yeah, so the depth charts don't exist yet. Teams don't even have depth charts, available. So
before y'all kill us in the comment section with somebody we have on the list and be like, well, that guy's going to play free this year, or that guy's even vice versa when we do free safeties. Don't be like, that guy plays strong safety. Relax. When we looked it up, we had, me and Spade had a little discrepancy with Eric Berry last year.
Right.
You know, I think I had him as strong. Spade had him as strong, and I had him at 3.
I had him as strong. Yep.
Yeah, it was something like that. So we talked about it and said, yo, are we going to have this guy in this? So if this guy play a different position, don't kill us. We talked about it and we just decided to put that guy there. If he changed, it's okay. But Spade,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna let you go first this time. Give me your number 5. Give me your number 5 strong safety in the league, bro.
Man, let me tell you, y'all gonna kill me, and I don't care. At number 5, I don't even care, bro. At number 5, I was doing my studying. I'm looking at, and like LePere started off saying, it's so tough to rate safeties because it's a safety. It's 2 different kinds of safety. You can have a run support safety. You can have a coverage safety. And every once in a while, you get lucky and you find, a guy who's pretty good at both, or you find Ed Reed, the greatest safety of all times, that was excellent at both. That's rare, though. So you have to know the value of this person to their team. If you got a safety on the other side that's a ball hawk, it's okay if the guy on the other side gambles on play actions and he got his nose in the backfield. It's all right. I got a rookie at number 5. You got to be thinking, how in the hell can Spade have a rookie safety as the number 5th best strong safety
not be a Jet,
in the league? Don't tell me what I better not do. This is America.
Gosh.
This is America. Don't tell me what I better not do. Don't tell me.
This is why I like strong arm sports, Spade. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, bro. I was doing my studying, and I was like, you know what? It's this one kid that was cracking dudes last year. I'm talking about swinging the big stick at dudes. And I went through and looked, and I'm talking about Atlanta Falcons strong safety Keanu Neal, over 100 tackles, had some pass breakups. I think he even had a sack. The dude was everywhere on the football field for the Falcons, and right now, with him being as young as he is, I don't have no reason to think he's going to do anything but continue to get better. At number 5, give me Neal. Now, who got a problem with it? Hit me on Twitter, at KSpade64. If you want to talk that talk, we can talk it. Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, Spade? I'm not mad at that at all.
That kid played, bro.
I'm not mad at that at all, bro. I thought when you said rookie, I thought you meant rookie coming into this year, like Adam from the Jets. Oh, okay. No. I got you. At number 5, Spade, I got another savvy vet, a guy that's been getting it done. Kind of a bully. Kind of a bully.
I like a bully at strong safety.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a bully, kind of an a-hole. Kind of some people may even call him dirty, Spade. At number 5, I got TJ Ward, Spade. I mean, when you looking at strong safety, the guy a bully, he may mush you in the face. I don't know. Like when I want a strong safety, I want a hitter. I want to. Yeah, they may call him dirty.
No, they will call him dirty. Yes. But he's a headhunter. I ain't got a problem with it. I got him around that area.
Yeah, I got TJ Ward at number 5, Spade.
Okay. All right. I feel like I'm doing a whole lot of explaining, bro. That's
Lord.
Never good. That's never good. The guy that I got at number 4, y'all gonna attack my number 5. Y'all gonna say he got too small of a body of work. I already know what y'all gonna say. And at number 4, y'all gonna say this guy came off a season where he wasn't healthy for the whole season, and he wasn't. He absolutely wasn't. But I got no reason to believe he won't return to the form he was at before he went down, and I'm talking about the veteran, perennial All-Star Pro Bowl safety Rashad Jones out of the University of Georgia, down at Miami. I know that Miami wasn't sure if he was going to get back in time. They went and signed T.J. McDonald. He is back. He got added back to the active roster like 3 or 4 days ago. Give me Rashad Jones, bro. He's still a top 5 strong safety in the league to me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, don't kill us. Cause don't be like, well, they signed this guy. He may play free.
I'd be bored doing the day. I would roast your ass up on Twitter.
I'm going to shock you, bro. I'm going to shock you, and I ain't going to kill you for having Keanu Neal on your list, because I got him at number 4, Spade. I got him at number 4.
I was not ready for that.
Yeah, I got him at number 4. Wow. I don't need no more. I don't need to know no more.
Wow.
That guy right there, I'm going to tell you, between that guy, I can't remember the linebacker name, but somebody going to say it in the comment section. Number 45 for the Falcons, the linebacker. That rookie safety, Neal, and that rookie linebacker, number 45, changed the defense for the Atlanta Falcons. And I know people going to be like, Vic Beasley can't. Listen, that safety and that linebacker changed that whole defense. And believe me, I know they still wasn't amazing. But those 2 dudes played their ass off, and I got Neal at number 4 on my best strong safeties in the league, Spade. So if they kill you, I know they're going to kill me because I got them higher than you do.
All right. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that at all. Let me go ahead and say, at number 3, this dude right here is at this point right here, he's a veteran, man. You know what you're going to get from him. You know, he's out there making plays. He's played a little bit at free. He's played a little bit at strong. Let's go out to Green Bay and give me Morgan Burnett, man. I like Morgan Burnett. Big body, not afraid to hit. Great run, stopping safety. Not the best coverage safety, but they give him a job, and he does a pretty good job of it. Give me Burnett. Give me Burnett at 3.
I'm not mad at Burnett. In the linebacker name spade is Deion Jones. That's his name.
Oh,
he's a rookie last year from LSU. Deion Jones. That boy is a beast.
A hitter. Yeah, he a hitter.
But Spade, let me tell you, I feel like I gotta explain. Listen,
here it come, y'all.
At number three, I have Rashad Jones. But if you guys want to argue me that he's going to play free this year, then at number 3, I have Morgan Burnett. But if Rashad Jones is playing strong safety, he's my number 3 strong safety in the league. He's my number 3 strong safety in the league.
Everybody gonna tell you that he's coming back off an injury. That's what they gonna say.
Hey, that guy gets it done. He's been getting it done for years. Rashad Jones, bro. If he come back off injury and he plays free safety, he will make the Pro Bowl as a free safety.
He only played 6 games before he went down. I don't even think he finished that 6th game. He got hurt during the 6th game. He already had over 50 tackles. He had an INT. So if you want to just be that guy, I mean, it's a 16-game season, so he was on pace for well over 100 tackles. So yeah, man, get a man his props.
And like I said, if you want to be like, oh well, he's playing free, then I would have Morgan Burnett there for all the reasons you said. But at number 3, I'm putting Rashad Jones there, Spade. Number 3.
Okay. Well, man, number 2 is probably gonna shock some people, but if you've been watching,
it's not, because I got him. I know who you got.
If you've been watching, it really shouldn't shock you.
That's
right. Take it up to New York, and I want to talk about Landon Collins. This dude ain't playing no games, bruh. If you ain't got Landon Collins in your top 5 strong safeties right now, we need to talk.
Bro, if he ain't in your top 3,
yeah,
I'm going to tell you what, I get to see him twice because I'm a Cowboy fan. I get to see him all the time because I live in Jersey. We get all the Giants games. But Spade, let me tell you something about this guy. Typically, Spade, a lot of guys from Alabama defense, they pretty much run their course. They don't beat. Remember D. Milner? Probably out of the league. It's a lot of guys you be like, yo, he's from Alabama. What's the name? Kind of just figuring it out now. Mark Barron. But he was in the league. People was calling that kid a bust.
Yeah.
They done moved him to linebacker. He don't even play. I think he a linebacker now. He don't even play safety anymore. But I'm going to tell you who got it figured out, and that's Landon Collins, my number 2 strong safety in the league. He has it figured out. You want to talk about a playmaker? You want to talk about a hitter? I mean, Spade, literally, they just posted this week. I retweeted it. He lit up whoever they running back is, number 28. I feel bad for the kid because he ran through the hole. He was all shifty, and Landon Collins lit him up. He was not prepared for that hit, and Landon Collins laid the hammer on the kid. Landon Collins, when you want, I'm telling you, I was almost, Spade, and I think me and you got the same guy at number 1. I was almost about to put Landon Collins at number 1.
I thought about it too. I mean,
it was.
If you want to keep it a bean, yeah.
It was close.
You're right, though.
It was hella close. But I got Landon Collins at number 2, Spade. I ain't mad at your list, champ. This might be the first time I ain't mad at neither one of your lists. Go ahead.
I mean, so y'all already know where we going at number 1, man. And I got to put the Surgeons General warning in there for the same reason that I did his teammate. I know that their defensive scheme helps. I know he's got a lot of help around him. I know he can roam and not worry about that deep zone because he got somebody over there who got it on lock. But you cannot turn a blind eye to what Cam Chancellor brings on the football field. He is a big safety, physical safety, great in run support, would come down and knock the living shit out of your running back.
You ain't lying.
He makes plays in special teams. They finna probably change the rule because this man can jump completely over the line and block field goals and extra points. He's just a physical specimen. He's one of the few safeties in the league right now that I feel like still brings that intimidation that I grew up seeing in people like Steve Atwater and Ronnie Lott. Like, I think people are afraid to see Cam Chancellor bearing down on him. And for that reason, even though if you want to go strictly by the numbers, Collins is putting up better numbers in a system that I don't feel like he got all the talent around him that Cam Chancellor does. But I got Cam Chancellor at 1.
It's definitely close.
It's close.
I got Cam Chancellor at number 1, too, for all the reasons you said. But let me tell you one word. When I think of Cam Chancellor, one word comes to mind, and that's enforcer. This guy right here, he's an enforcer. He's in my opinion, the heart and soul of that Seattle defense. Like he's a game changer. He's a game changer. And you said, let me tell you something. When people play Seattle, they are looking for number 31. They were like, where is number 31 at? Except for my boy Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott ran straight up against Cam. But all jokes aside, Cam. I mean, Zeke got up though. Zeke got up.
Yeah, but somebody was just telling me down in Florida that Zeke trucked Cam Chancellor. I was like, I don't think that's how that went.
But he's an enforcer. He's a game changer. He's the emotional leader, the heart and soul of that defense. Cam Chancellor, he edged out Landon. I'm telling you, it's so close. He edged out Landon Collins, but that much. It's real close. But I'm gonna have to give it to Cam Chancellor. I'm gonna tell you, Landon Collins on your hill though, Cam. You gotta give me something.
Like a
he on
damn
your
sock.
If Landon Collins played this year, how he played last year, he can easily pass Cam Chancellor.
You ain't never lied, bro. So you basically just copied my damn paper, right?
I mean, you ain't had TJ Ward on your list.
Oh, okay.
I want a bully. Let me tell you something.
Oh, all right.
Cam Chancellor definitely is one of those guys. Spade, I'm tell you the truth, I'm not mad at you. Spade, where you want to go next? We want to go free safeties and where?
We got to get back to the offense too. Let's go free safeties and tight ends.
Okay, all right. Free safeties and tight ends. Okay.
Let's not call them tight ends. Let's go free safeties and Greg Olson's.
Oh Lord,
What?
Whenever we already know Greg Olson going to be Spade number 1. He from Miami.
You don't know that.
Miami.
You don't know my life story, bro.
Hey, listen, y'all. If Artie Burns would have had 6 INTs,
Man,
he would have been on Spade's list. He would have been on.
I take this serious, bro. The only person who I even mentioned in college was Rashad Jones. But every time you said something about somebody from Florida State, you started out from Florida State. You was doing all that. Now I feel like your list ain't really. I don't feel like you put the time and the effort in your list that I put in mine.
Bro, what?
That's just how I feel.
So you don't like Xavier Rhodes? He beast.
I don't like him over Josh Norman.
Josh Norman on my list.
I don't like him over Marcus Peters.
I think we can argue that, Spade. I think we can argue that. Yeah, I think. You know what? I want the comment section. Who you got? Spade. Once the show release, we're going to do
I already know they don't like Peters. They got at me last year for putting Peters on my list.
Spade, you see, now you're making it seem like I don't like Peters. That's not true.
No, I'm talking about the comments. They got at me last year for putting Peters on the list.
No. I like Peters. I think people like Peters. I think Peters is a stud. But I think we can definitely, once the show is released, baby, what we're going to do is go to Strong Arm Sports Twitter. It will be here somewhere. Huh?
And we'll start a poll. I like it.
Yeah, we're going to start a poll. That's what we're going to do. Xavier Rhodes and Marcus Peters. And we'll see what the people say. But Spade, we're going to go free safeties and tight ends next. So you guys be prepared for that. Do not write just top 5 free safeties and tight ends down there.
Not this week, y'all. Just hold off.
Not this week. Definitely leave us your top 5 corners and your top 5 strong safeties down there, and we'll touch base on that. Spade, before I close the show, anything else you want to say?
I want to thank y'all for continuing to support. I know sometimes things happen in life that prevent us from being able to get y'all a show. For the most part, y'all real respectful. The favorite thing for me is when people hit us up like, yo, it's kind of late. No show this week. Everything good. Like, to me, that's the best possible thing in the world. That means that y'all, for one, y'all care about the show enough that you miss it when it's not around. Right. And then y'all want to make sure something's, everything's okay with us. So just continue to support. And I saw somebody tweet. I'm going to shut up after this. I saw somebody tweet a link like, yo, if you like sports, listen to these guys. Great listen. Man, I'm going to tell you, we could take money and we could buy all the promotions and advertisings in the world, and to me, it won't hold the weight of word of mouth. That's how we get the word around. When you go see a movie and it's dope, you come back and tell your friends, man, I saw this movie, it was dope. Or this movie was trash. When you see a girl and she fine as hell, you say, man, I saw Shawty, she was fine as hell, she was busting out of jeans. And your homeboy believe you because he trusts you. So we don't want to buy advertisements and promotions. If y'all like the show and you rock with the show, tell somebody, bro. That's the best advertising and promotion on the face of the planet. And we can't thank you guys enough for that. Continue to do it, please.
Definitely can't thank you guys enough. Spade, and let me tell you what else I seen this week. I seen somebody say, hey, I'm a new listener. They wrote it on Twitter, Spade. They said, hey, I'm a new listener, and this has been the best sports podcast. I mean, of course, you know, they comparing us to ESPN and those guys. I was like, yo, this is the best sports show. You guys kept it real. He was like, you guys was charismatic, fun. So all those tweets, all the love we get, we greatly appreciate it. Spade, we can't thank him enough. We can't thank him enough, man. Listen, as usual, like when I tell you guys this, it's really from the bottom of my heart. We can't thank you guys for your continued support, man. We love you guys to death. As usual, if you new here, bang the subscribe button and take 2 seconds. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. If you don't want to see two dudes arguing in a box, it's okay. We got audio podcasts everywhere. We got you covered on every platform, so you don't have to worry. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes, we everywhere. We everywhere. So you shouldn't have an excuse why you ain't caught up to date with our show. We everywhere. We everywhere. Can't thank you guys for your continued support enough. I want to thank everybody for their kind words. We missed the show because my grandmother was in the hospital. She's okay now. You know, but that's why we missed the show. I was in the hospital with my grandmother. I want to thank everybody for their kind words and understanding why we missed the show.
Yes, sir.
But that's pretty much it, man. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. We'll see you guys next episode. We out.
Peace.